What's up, guys? Grimsy42 here, and I have a pickup video from some stuff I grabbed over the weekend, and then I also have a pretty big announcement that I want to talk about. So let's get started so we can get this rolling. Okay, so both of the pickups were from Craigslist, and they happened over the weekend. So the first one, I'll get to the smaller one first. I noticed an ad where a guy was saying that he had a copy of Zelda the Twilight Princess for the Gamecube. Now, some of you may not know, the copy for the Wii, in most cases, as far as I've heard, people don't like it as much as the Gamecube version. Obviously, the Gamecube version is a lot more obscure. There's less of them out there. It was like released right at the end of the Gamecube's lifespan. And the other thing that a lot of people didn't really like about the Wii version was that when you played it, you constantly had to flail your arms. I mean, it's fun, it's a cool gimmick, it's pretty accurate, I won't dispute any of that. But Zeldas take like multiple hours to beat. And most people, when they're trying to play games, want to relax and unwind, and they don't want to spend, hours running through Hyrule swinging their arms like maniacs. So, the GameCube version is always a little more in demand, and it's worth 2 to 3 times more on the secondary market. So anyways, I did wind up picking it up, and it is complete. It even has like the extra paperwork in there, not just the manual. It has the warranty registration and that little flyer to subscribe to Nintendo Power, which if more of us did, we'd still have the magazine, so we kind of suck. And myself included. I don't think I've subscribed to it since I was like 12. So that's kind of on us. That's our bad. But it is what it is, right? Anyways, moving on. So with that there, he wanted 20 for it. I tried to talk him down. He wasn't having it. But at that point, normally when I try to negotiate, if they're not willing to at all, I'll kind of just let the deal go. But $20 for a game that's worth 40 to 50 online is always a good deal. Plus, I had a little personal reason to want to grab that. The copy that I had was, I would say, in good condition, but nothing better. And I was trying to upgrade to at least very good. I try to keep everything in my collection very good. If it's not, I will try to upgrade until I get to that point. So it was definitely a collection upgrade for me, and then a little extra money in the PayPal account to pick up some, loose ends towards my collection. Anyways, this next Craigslist deal, it was for a lot of stuff. The guy, his listings made no sense. Like, he'd have one listing that had pictures of stuff he was selling in his other listing. I think he just wasn't experienced with Craigslist. He seemed pretty knowledgeable about the aftermarket of video games, though, when I was talking to him. And that kind of worried me, because usually if somebody's really knowledgeable, they're resellers or they're collectors. And a reseller knows what they have and knows what it's worth. And in most cases with collectors, they have personal attachment to a game. So when they try to sell it, it's at such a high price compared to what, it can be found at elsewhere, that usually I stay away from it. But we were able to make a deal. At first I was just looking at part of his stuff, but after some talks, I actually wound up picking up everything he had. So let's go through it quick. Okay, we've got Sonic Mega Collection. Unfortunately, it is a player's choice, but it is complete. F-Zero GX, and it's also complete. Now, these next two were a bit of a shocker, if you will. Got Mario Sunshine, but unfortunately, no manual and no disc. So that kind of set me back a little bit, but at the price I got this stuff at, I wasn't too upset, because it was the non-player's choice version, and I only had player's choice. And the only real difference between the two was the little yellow bar on the sleeve of the cover art. So I just swapped them out, and now I've got a spare case for Mario Sunshine. So if anyone is looking for this, it is definitely up for trade. So maybe that could help complete and box your set. And the next one, I was disappointed at first, but then I definitely realized the error of my ways. It's Super Mario Strikers, and I had thought it was complete. I just peeked quick and saw the disc in there. But then when I got home, I'd thought about it, and I'd seen this game before. The front of the game looks like a soccer ball, and if you've noticed, I don't know if you can see, that's definitely not Super Mario Strikers. What that is, though, is that's Zelda the Wind Waker, and in pretty good condition. So I'm not too upset because that's a $20 to $30 game, just disc only. And Mario Strikers, I just picked up a copy for $8 disc only last night on eBay. So that'll complete this, and now I have a spare disc of Zelda the Wind Waker, which is awesome because that's always a good game to trade. People are always looking for it. Speaking of which, it is for trade. Next we have a couple of Wii games. Okay, and the first one, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and it is complete and in very good condition. Next is another game that I didn't own, so I'm definitely looking forward to trying it out. It's Donkey Kong Country Returns. It is also complete. It wasn't made by Rare, so I'm not expecting like the most amazing platformer of all time, but I will definitely give it a try. A little bit more Gamecube stuff, so let's get that out of the way next. Okay, we have a Indygo Controller. A black controller. And for all you ballers out there, a platinum controller, so you can impress the ladies with your mad blinging abilities. Okay, and then something else that I'm going to be keeping for my collection, I was very excited to get, it makes number 2 for me, is a classic Pro controller. These are pretty solid controllers. I don't like it as much as the Wii U version, but it is definitely a fun controller, and it makes it a lot easier to play your classic retro games. 2 first-party nunchucks. Randomly, for whatever reason, there was an HDMI cable in there. I'll take it. Can always use an extra. 2 first-party controllers that came with this little Indygo charging station here, and that is pretty cool. That'll definitely save me on some batteries. And then there was the Wii System, and it's in pretty good cosmetic condition. It definitely needed a little cleaning, and I'm probably going to clean it up a little more. I gave it a quick once-over already. The cool thing is it had 2 251 block Gamecube memory cards in it. And one thing I'm always excited about when I buy a system like this, where you can't just open it, you know, and see what's in it, like maybe a PlayStation 1, where even if it's not plugged in, you just hit the open button, it'll pop up. Systems like this usually need to be plugged in to eject the disc. So a lot of times when you buy a system like this, it's kind of like, you know, like a little mystery. Is there something inside of the system? So when I had plugged the system in, I'd hit the eject button and I heard some noise, and I got really excited, and a Wii game did pop out. Unfortunately, much to my disappointment, it was Harry Potter Years 1 through 4, the Lego edition. So I don't know if you've seen in a previous pickup video, I've already picked this beauty up, and I didn't have any intentions of playing that one, so I'm sure you can guess that I have less intentions of playing this. So that is a spare Wii. I've already got a Wii, so I will probably just include it, you know, in the trade or the sale of the system, because I really have no interest in this game, let alone 2 copies of it. I don't think I'm going to start a trend of collecting these, but then the last little bit, as far as the pickup, when I did hook up this system, because I wanted to see if there's anything on the Virtual Console, there was quite a bit actually. It had Bark's Adventure, Adventure Island, Mario 64, Ice Climber, F-Zero X, Legend of Zelda for Super Nintendo, Kirby's Dream Land 3 for Super Nintendo. It had Final Fantasy 1, Pokemon Snap, and Super Mario RPG. So there's definitely some really good games on there. Which definitely, you know, adds to the value overall. So I actually wound up getting all of that stuff, which was the Wii System in good shape and working, with the 2 memory cards, the Lego Harry Potter inside of it, 2 first-party controllers with the charging station, the 2 Wii games, and then those GameCube games I had shown you, the controllers, the nunchucks, the Pro controller. I wound up getting all of that for $85, and that is a pretty darn good deal if you ask me. And a lot of it is for trade. So if anyone's looking for any of it, just, you know, hit up my inbox or message me, whatever, and maybe we can work something out. And finally, onto the news, if you will. recently I've been in talks with some fellow YouTubers, and I'm sure if you've seen my channel, you've heard of them. They're definitely popular. And I'll kind of leave it to your imagination. I'm not going to totally give everything away, but coming up in a few weeks, I'm going to be flying out to Texas, and I'll be looking for some video games with some of the locals. So hopefully you guys can piece that together. Unfortunately, if you can't, that's just the way not figuring out my riddles go, but hopefully at this point I think everybody's clued in. So I will definitely have more information about this announcement in the near future. I know that there may be some scheduling issues where I can't reveal everything that's said or done because it coincides with other release dates of more relevant things. So anyways, thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe or comment, whatever, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.